Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play West of Loathing. In the previous episode, we finished up our business in Boring Springs and made our way to Dirtwater with Tim the Crazy Horse and Doc Alice in tow. And I think the first thing we should do is head into the saloon and ask about the room for rent. Oh jeez, that music sounds off. Unfortunately I don't have anything from my mysticality, at least I don't think so. No, I could eat the turnip, but it's actually something that can be used much later on. Oh jeez, that is terrible. Well, howdy there! Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Talia. Glad to know you, Talia. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. Need help with anything? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. I'd poked around in him myself, but I lost the key. This is suddenly taking a strange turn. Well, unfortunately, in order to pull this off, you need 5 mysticality, and I only have 2. Let's see, I saw the sign out front advertising a room. That's right, finest room in the house, and plenty of room for your partner, too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance, right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Gratis. Wow, great. And in this room, we can, 1, find a postcard. Now, this nice view from up here, what that means is that if we have any disposable binoculars, yes, I know that makes no sense, but neither does a lot of this game, we can use this window up here to try and find new locations. Now, we don't have to do that, thankfully. And something nice that they put in the game is that if you've already found all the areas around the location you're spying from, it doesn't use up the binoculars. Now, you remember that anger mechanic I told you about? Well, you can also induce it by insulting yourself at the mirror in the room. Just be careful, because you really don't want to bring yourself up to your pain tolerance. Well, with that, let's take care of the piano player. You lift up the piano player's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not a very good lock. Well, let's pick it. You open the hatch and check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something wrong, given all the plinking and sproinging and clicking noises coming out of the gears and stuff. Looks pretty complicated. Ah, I see what's wrong. You recalibrate some springs and rearrange some gears, and the machinery inside starts operating smoothly. The music improves immediately. Thank goodness. Alright, Lloyd, got it fixed up. I fixed the piano player for you. I thought so. He sounds much better. Thanks a heap, Talia. I'd offer you a free room in exchange, but you've already got one. Heh, no worries, Lloyd. Need help with anything else? Nope. Right as rain. Everything's right as rain around here. If you're looking for work, you might ask at the jailhouse. Well, thanks for the advice. But before we do that, let's head for the kitchen. Hey, what are you doing in here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry, I was just, looking around. So you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter and I need someone to go pick me up some more. Saltpeter? Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things? Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay, where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp, because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. The nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. Okay, be right back. But we're not going to head there quite yet. First we want to look around and check out the area. Dirtwater Mercantile. Could be a good place to sell off some things. Unfortunately, the fine silver pocket watch is only worth 50 meat. But we have a much better use for it. Let's see. I could spend 500 on modern snake oiler. There is a specific skill I want. That's a lot of our meat, though. Yeah, why not? There's nothing else I really want to buy. Let's see. Debilitating toxins, where they now gives bad medicine. Combat skill that will reduce a target's moxie. Good if you're also going up against someone with a high moxie, because that'll reduce your it'll reduce the damage you do to them. Expert poisoner. A passive skill that multiplies the amount of poison you apply to enemies when you poison them. That is useful. And good medicine, a skill that lets you recover HP in combat. Not something I really need at the moment because I've got Doc Alice, so I'm going to take Expert Poisoner. When you apply poison, you apply 3 times as much, which means that our Snake Whip now does 3 poison. Unfortunately, you get so distracted thinking about new kinds of poisons that you misplace the magazine. Rats. Yeah, that's going to happen with every book that you get. No, it's just a perk. Oh well. I might want to consider upgrading my Hornswogglin next. Could be useful, plus I'm only 2 XP off. Next up is the Dirtwater Post Off Ice, or Post Office, actually. This is where we go to send in our postcards and, well, receive packages from our postcards. Hi, I'm Talia Hunt. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Well, I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus letting him know what you've been up to and that you're okay. That'll be... oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Thanks. Now, you can actually only send 1 postcard per day. If you try to send a second one, you actually get this rather lengthy conspiracy theorist speech. See, this girl is selling flowers. Take them. You're gonna need them. And as you can see, there are lots available. We can actually upgrade this town. But I'll get into that when we get the opportunity. The clerk clears her throat. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. I could be the sheriff, maybe. Do you have law enforcement experience? Not really. Have you been to sheriff's school? No. Do you have any existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? You just assume that you can mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day. Well, when you put it that way, if I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. Sorry. It's okay. Like I said, happens all the time. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of some justice. Wanted posters are back there, cells are over yonder. She points behind her and off to her right, respectively. Yep. It's a wanted poster, or a wanted poster, if accuracy is important. Meh. The House in the Desert Gang, for mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the House in the Desert. You wonder if the house is named after them, or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Want to go after them? Yeah. This doesn't mean you go directly after them, it just unlocks the location for you to go after them. And let's check out the other one. For the Stripey Hat Gang, for grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. Interesting. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Yeah, I want to go after them. Now, here's the thing about all these bounties. There is an achievement for bringing all of them in alive, and another for bringing them all in dead. I'm going to go after the live one, just because it takes a little more creativity to bring them in alive. And one other thing. You're going to want to go after... well, let me rephrase that. Even though you can pick them up first, you're probably not going to go after them first. At least if you're going for bringing them in alive. because in order to bring them in alive, you're going to need 3 items. You're going to need a skeleton bone, a can of oil, and a lock. You can find those 3 randomly, well, 2 of the 3 randomly, and the other ones you can find, the skeleton bone you can find by fighting skeletons, and the other 2 you can find randomly or in a mercantile, from a merchant. And now we have the world map. Anything we discover will be shown around here. We can also wander in the hopes of finding a new location, or just a random encounter, which with the crazy horse is pretty much a guaranteed thing. Let's see what we find. Huh. Silversmith's house. Not what I was expecting, but alright. It's weird that a silversmith would leave his tools out in the open like this. He probably got sick of making silver bullets for people. That's all anyone wants silver for these days. I imagine it's real demoralizing if you fancy yourself an artist. Sign says silver bullet making apparatus. Help yourself. Yes, I will. This is what the silver pocket watch is for, making 5 silver bullets. Oh, and the silver cufflinks. Workbench has a little burner and crucible for melting silver things, and some bullet molds. Seems pretty straightforward. There's also a vise so you could smash silver bullets into needles if you wanted to. Yeah, we're gonna make some silver bullets. Now, silver bullets deals extra damage against cows and undead. It's an item that you use, and I'm pretty sure its damage scales with Moxie, so it's a decent item to have if you are a snake oiler. The only time you care about is high noon. Take that, fine Swiss craftsmanship. Now, this could also be very helpful in the early game when, needles are rather sparse. Thankfully, you get 2 needles from 1 bullet, so hey. Let's see, we got about 8. So let's make 4 of them into needles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us a decent supply of needles for the time being, though we are going to spend one of them right now. Can't say I hold with breaking in and looting a fella's place. Nah, look at the dust all over everything. This guy checked out ages ago. Well, if you say so. Yep. Now, there is a safe cracking thing. Unfortunately, we don't have the safe cracking skill yet. Though, if we're lucky, we might find it in this area. See, the bookshelf contains like 90 copies of John Tremaine. Something weird about it, though. It's too neatly organized. Like, maybe the guy was hiding something. Well, unfortunately, I don't have the Moxie to search through it. Yet. Alright, with that, we may as well head for, let's say, Fort Cowardice. See, as you're riding towards your destination, you pass by a building in which a barn dance is happening. I guess that makes it a barn. People inside seem to be having a pretty good time. Let's join in. You mosey in and have a grand old time at the barn dance. You even learn a few new moves. Most of the moves involve pretending to reel somebody in from across the dance floor with a lasso, but still, they're new moves. Nice amount of experience for this point. And like I said, I'm gonna upgrade my hornswoggling. Alright, Doc Alice, what do you guys say about this? Pretty quiet for a fort. I'd have expected soldiers marching around. Up, 2, 3, 4 sort of thing. Yeah, must be abandoned. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make a cannonade. Now, this is actually another location where you can use binoculars from, but yeah. Let's see. Cabin is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personal records in the back of one drawer. Examine them. They are incredibly boring. No, really, I want details. They are important. Satisfied? No, another. Satisfied? No, another. 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 Now you're just looking at the same ones you've read before. What is wrong with you? I can't get enough. This doesn't actually get you anything. Let's see, this was once a reception desk. But now the most appropriate thing for it to receive would be a free trip to the dump. And not going in there yet. We're gonna need some more Hornswogglin to deal with what's inside. Let's see, military-grade whiskey. Alright, and some hard tack. Not bad. Oh, shaker of saltpeter. Let's see. You hear the sounds of several goblins snoring inside this tent. Let's just leave them alone. See, based on the papers and anatomical diagrams scattered across its surface, you're guessing this desk belongs to Fort Cowardice's nurse. Just a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies. Okay, let's look at the papers. Papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental... no idea how to pronounce that. Lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that kind of thing. If they haven't been discovered, how do you know they exist? Hey, wait, what's this? This looks like it might be important. Marching orders. Let's see what they got. Let's see. Set of marching orders directed Rifle Division to Fort Alldead. Oh, could be a good location to check out. Trauma kits and military-grade whiskey. Always good to have. Sign says toilet and goblin, which makes it seem pretty likely that goblins use this tent as a toilet. No way you're gonna go in there. Got it. Usually side cannonball. Yeah, demi-culverin cannonball. This cannonball is made to fit a demi-culverin, a cannon with a bore diameter of 10 centimeters. No demi less, no demi more. Boo! Alright, not much else for us to do at the moment, so let's head for Cavern Canyon. Take care of that first bounty. Can't do anything with that. Danger. Spider. Now, here's the thing. If you want to capture these guys alive, pry the boards off of this, go inside. Open up this door. Go out. Now, I'm not sure if this is part of it, but I'm gonna go in anyways. Now, you can only open one of these crates. Medicine, booze, or weapons. I'm gonna go for weapons. You got a fancy knife, and that spider is woken up. Let's get the heck out of here. Even though I'm probably never going to use melee weapons, unless I really need to. One, this is just overall better than my old cavalry saber, and it gives me +3 moxie, which means we can head back to the silversmith's house. You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, and silence. Go inside. Gang's been prepped for spider consumption. Let's not do anything just yet. Because in here we have somebody to rescue who managed to escape the spider. This poor chef is chained to the wall, his eyes widen as you approach. Hey, you're not one of them. Are you here to rescue me? Sure. Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hand into yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Talia. How do you do, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dank cave for weeks, cooking for those stripy-hatted idiots. That sounds awful. Want to know the worst part? There's a perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right and a shelf of perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. How's that the worst part? This chain is only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? There I was, fresh out of culinary school with a million meat idea in my head, and now here I am, 4 feet shy of my dreams, cooking the same pot of soup over and over again. What million meat idea? You, promise not to steal my idea, right? Yeah, I promise. Okay then, it's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not quite sure where it fits in the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway, in the middle of it, there's a sausage. But it's a sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of pig, ground up so finely that you can't identify them anymore. Okay? And it's served in a long, split roll, which soaks up the grease, so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. The best part? The name. You ready to hear the name? Sure, I call it the Hot Dog. What do you think? How about the Hot Talia instead? Don't be ridiculous. Hot Talia. What does that even mean? Ridiculous. Hey, there's no need to be mean about it. Not that any of this even matters. Even if I did get off this chain, there's no point in hanging around in this empty cave making hot dogs just for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. Now, remember those empty lots next to the jail? You can actually recruit people to go there and make shops. Here's the thing though. Whenever a shop moves in next door to another shop, the shop to the left of it gets an upgrade based upon the shop that moves in. Now, this does mean that the first shop you get can never be upgraded, or the first shop you get can never upgrade another shop, and the last shop will never get an upgrade. Thankfully, this guy is the first one I want to move into Dirtwater. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting another shop for quite a while. You could set up shop in Dirtwater. Brilliant! You're a genius, Talia. Hot dogs for sale every day, all day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, there's an idea. What if I added mint to the sausage mixture? You help him break his chains. He leaves the cave, hauling the oven to a shelf full of ingredients, muttering to himself about new sausage recipes. Well, that's that then. On to the bar, where, if we check this guy out, we get a jaw harp. This is actually something we're gonna need. And we got some cheap whiskey, tequila, and wine. Not bad. Now, you see this formation of rocks in a perfectly square rectangle shape? Remember this, because you're not gonna see this. Well, this isn't the only time you're gonna see this. Now we can transport these guys to Dirtwater. And yes, this counts as them being captured alive. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one which Alice carries in her medical bag. He was smaller than he looked, and head back to Dirtwater Jail. Is that the Stripy Hat Gang? What happened to them? They had a run-in with a giant spider. A giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. One other thing you should know, the bounty does not change based on whether you bring them in alive or dead. Plus, whenever you finish one bounty, a new one shows up. Potemkin Gang, for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. This poster shows the location of the suspicious cities these guys are hiding out in. Wanna go check it out? Sure. And as we can see, Hot Dog has moved in. Howdy, Doug. Well, if it isn't my savior, good old Talia. Howdy yourself. The sign outside? Yeah, I had to change the name. I tried to file a trademark, and it turns out there's already something called a hot dog. What is it? Trust me, you don't want to know. I wish I didn't know. Anyway, single letter removed and I'm in business. Yep, this guy sells you hot dogs that boost your mysticality, your muscle, and your moxie. I don't think I really need any at the moment, though. But, while we're here in Dirtwater, we may as well deliver that shaker of saltpeter to the chef. Have you got that saltpeter yet? Yep, got it right here. That's the stuff, thanks. Okay, next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper. Because it's really spicy. Because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. They grow in the area outside of town. You should be able to find one if you just wander around for a while. Okay. Best part is, you don't technically have to leave the kitchen. Open the map, and wander. Catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to its source, a vividly colored red shape hanging from a scraggly little plant. Now, this must be the southeast-western murder pepper that fella at the Jewel was looking for. Your finger and thumb immediately start throbbing as you pluck the pepper. You toss it into your rucksack before it can do any more damage. Bam! Right back. Did you find me a murder pepper? Yeah, here it is. Ah, nice big one. That'll last a while. Good going. Okay, so if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go check my mail. Ordered a new sauté knife, but I haven't got time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my post office box. Alright. And seeing as how we got a bunch of experience... I could go for the snake whip. You know, extra damage, extra poison. Could also go, or hold off and get some deploy snake. because having a stronger snake would be better. I'll think about it. Alright, let's head to the post office. Let's see, open the box. You open the box and a torrent of junk mail falls out to reveal a knife just sitting loose in the box. Yeah, that can't be safe. Even though you're holding it, you're still pretty sure there's no such thing as a sauté knife. Anyway, it's too thin to use as a weapon, so it's not even worth stealing. Back to the chef. Have you got my knife? Yep, here you go. Excellent. This'll work a lot better than that hammer I was using. Okay, I only need one more favor from you, but it's the most important. I used to have this recipe for a very secret jerk sauce. But my jerk friend Dave J stole it from me, and then he died and took the secret to his grave. Literally, I mean, he was buried with it. Buried with it. You want me to dig up his grave? He's dead. He won't mind. Well, okay. Before we head to the Daveyard, though, let's head back to the silversmith's house. Yeah, let's just keep going. We'll check that out next episode. Yo, what have you got? Howdy, Alice. There's an old mission not far from here. They might let you check out their catacombs if you ask nice. Ooh, that sounds awesome, I suppose. Let's see. Ah, yes, the bookshelf. Search for secrets. Tucked behind one of the books, you find a small envelope filled with receipts. About half of them are from a shop called the Silver Plater. He was crooked. The silversmith was selling cheap fakes. Oh well, he's gone now, and so are most of his customers. No sense in stirring up trouble at this point. You write down the location of the shop. Might come in handy. And now we're off to the Daveyard. Well, it's not the one we need, but dig it up. Brown boots. Nice. These remains look pretty restless. Put them down for good. Besides, this is how we're going to level up Alice. You know what, let's just shoot him. Yeah, she doesn't do a lot of damage to singular targets, but get her a group and she can do a lot of damage. Alice picks up a bone and examines it carefully. This is how you know they're getting experience. See, here lies Dave J. Alright. You dig up the grave and pry up the coffin. Instead of a corpse, it contains a garbage bag? Strange. Reach inside. You reach into the garbage bag and are surprised to find that it's full of pudding? No, it's not just pudding, it's pudding and motor oil. Who would do this? You finally manage to reach all the way to the bottom of the bag and retrieve a sodden lump from the bottom. You unglob the wad and dry it off, and then wash your arm in a nearby ditch. This better be worth it. It will be. But let's keep exploring this Daveyard first. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to skeletons, the snake oiler isn't all that good because, well, they're immune to poison. Ooh, perfect. Skeleton bone. Just what we needed. I just need to get the other two items. Vienna blood sausages and a thermos of spiked coffee. Yeah, yes. Use your spooky energy all you want. You're a re-dead man. Alright, still no level up from Alice, but alright. Dig through it. Skull with an on tag. Now, if Alice hasn't told you, or if you don't have Alice, period, if you examine this tag, it'll tell you about the old mission on its own. Now, here you can actually go and farm fights with skeletons. Good for leveling up Alice. If you really want to. Still hasn't leveled up yet, but that's not one of the biggest reasons for coming here. Pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person. You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. A robe receipt. There's a receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. It's time you started gathering clues about the whole Bulletin dead situation that's going on around these parts. Grab a notebook and a paperclip, and paperclip the receipt to the first page. I should check that out. Let's see, you found a receipt for the delivery of robes. Looking at it more closely, you see that there's a surcharge for a delivery past Boulder Pass. That means the Necromancer's lair is definitely west of the mountains. Good to know. And that's all we got. Let's see, gore splattered scroll. Let's see, you scrape the largest of the giblets off the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ashes, got that. Spread them out in the shape of a person inside a red chalk ritual circle, then sprinkle them with stardust and place a mostly perfect, or better, glass sphere where the heart would be. Anyway, that's the gist of it. The actual text has a lot more of these and thous and such as like that. Plus there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud while you're doing it. Okay. Well, unfortunately we have everything but the stardust and the glass sphere. But without further ado, let's head back to Dirtwater to deliver that recipe. As you're riding along, you see some braided fuses sticking out of a nearby rock. Investigating more closely, you see that somebody drilled a hole in the rock and inserted a bunch of dynamite, but apparently lost interest and wandered away without setting it off. Or maybe they were just out of matches. Their lack of follow-through is your gain. Honestly, I don't really use dynamite all that much, but it can be useful to have if you really need it. Got that recipe yet? The one my jerk friend Dave J took to his grave? Yeah, I got it. Hey, thanks a million, buddy. Now my slop will be world famous. Here, let me give you a little something for all your trouble. It fell in slop, but it's still good. Now, here's the thing. This reward actually changes based upon your class. And I've actually found that a lot of class-based rewards change based on your class. Well, it doesn't look much better than our floppy derby, but better stat boost, so I'll take it. But with that, guys, we have come to an end for this episode. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.